Hey everyone. Today we're going to dive into something I think we can all get excited about: snacks. We're going to listen in on a real Chinese conversation about all the best things to munch on, and along the way, we'll pick up some super useful vocabulary and grammar. So, you ready? Let's get into it.
So first off, a question for you. Think about it for a sec. What's your go-to snack? You know, when you're studying or just really hungry? Is it something salty, something sweet, maybe something super crunchy? Keep that in your head, because we're about to hear what two other people have to say about it.
All right, let me introduce you to our friends for this explainer, Yajun and Lin Sheng. They're just having a totally normal, casual chat about what they like to eat. And it's awesome because it's so simple, so relatable, and just packed with language you can actually use. So let's listen in as Yajun kicks things off.
Okay, so the conversation starts with a focus on those quick and easy snacks, you know? The kind of thing that's just really convenient to grab and take with you on the go.
So Yajun gets the ball rolling. She asks him what snacks he usually likes to eat, and Lin Sheng's reply is super practical. He likes potato chips and granola bars. Why? Because they're just really convenient to bring to school. Makes sense, right?
Let's break down the keywords here. First, we've got 零食, which is the general word for snacks. Then we have a specific choices: 薯片 for potato chips and 燕麦棒 for granola bars. And his big reason? They're 方便, or convenient. That's a really, really useful word to know.
Of course, nobody eats the same two snacks forever. So in this next part, Lin Sheng talks about how he likes to switch things up sometimes.
He says, although I often eat these, sometimes I'll switch up the flavor. This is such a great line, and it's a perfect example of how you can express a little bit of contrast in a sentence. And here's the magic formula for that. 虽然不过. This is your go-to pattern for saying although but or even though however. It's a fantastic structure for making your Chinese sound so much more natural and fluent. So what does he switch to? Popcorn. He says, besides potato chips, I also like to eat popcorn. And this little sentence here perfectly sets us up for our next key grammar point.
So you see what he's doing? He's adding another item to his list of favorites. It's not just potato chips. Besides potato chips, he also likes popcorn, and there's a specific way to say that in Chinese.
The structure you want is 除了还. It literally means, besides this, also this. It's awesome for adding more information. Like, you could say, besides Chinese, I also speak English. See how useful that can be?
And of course, we get some new words out of this. We've got 爆米花 for popcorn. The word for flavor, which he mentioned earlier, is 口味. And if your favorite popcorn flavor is the classic butter, you'd say 黄油.
Okay, now the conversation is shifting. We've heard all about Lin Sheng's go-to snacks, so now it's Yajun's turn to share what she likes, and her choices are a little different.
Yajun says, what I eat more often are seaweed crisps and also nuts. And by the way, seaweed crisps are this amazing, savory snack that are super popular all over Asia. Definitely a great, healthier option.
So let's look at her vocabulary. We've got 海苔片儿 for seaweed crisps and 坚果 for nuts. Lin Sheng totally agrees with her choices, saying they're 健康, which means healthy, and that they give you a feeling of 饱足感, or satiety.
Now this phrase, 有饱足感, 有饱足感, is a fantastic one to have in your back pocket. It's how you describe a food that's really satisfying. You know, the kind that keeps you from feeling hungry again 5 minutes later. It's such a practical phrase for everyday life.
All right, we're moving into the final part of their chat, and this is where the topic takes a very sweet and, well, a pretty surprising turn.
So Yajun mentioned she also really likes yogurt and cheese sticks. And that totally triggers a memory for Lin Sheng. He jumps in and says, speaking of yogurt, yesterday at the supermarket, I saw tiramisu-flavored yogurt. How wild is that? Tiramisu yogurt. It's just a great example of how you see these fun, global dessert flavors popping up in everyday snacks.
And that little exchange gives us our last batch of vocabulary for today. We have suan nai for yogurt and nai lao tiao for cheese stick. This amazing discovery happened at the chaoshi, or supermarket. And that crazy flavor? It's the delicious loanword tiramisu.
And that's their whole conversation. We've traveled all the way from salty potato chips to fancy dessert-flavored yogurt. Now, let's do a really quick review just to make sure all of this goodness sticks in your brain.
You guys did great. Now it's time for a quick lightning round to lock in all of these tasty new words.
Okay, let's just run through them one more time. We have 零食, 薯片, 燕麦棒, 爆米花, 海苔片, 坚果, 酸奶, and 奶酪条. That is a solid snack vocabulary to get you started.
And hey, do not forget those two super important sentence patterns that help tie everything together. Ahahan for contrast, and ahahan for adding more information. Seriously, these are like conversational power-ups.
And to wrap up this whole explainer, let's bring it right back to you. Using some of the language we learned today, what's your favorite snack? I really want you to try and answer the question on the screen in the comments. 你最喜欢的零食是什么? I absolutely cannot wait to see what you all come up with. All right, until next time, happy snacking.